Just really neat. Hey, do they ever really fix things? I have no idea what this is. What do I care? Let's go. I'm good at this. Hello everybody, Drew here in the office. 4 orders going out today. Gonna get those pulled, and then I'm not even gonna pack them up. I'm gonna head out and run to the Salvation Army first thing when they open, because if you watched my last video, you saw that I found $1,300 in Pokemon cards. So I'm gonna go back and see if maybe there was more to the collection and they just hadn't got them out when I was there yesterday, just to be safe. So I'm gonna pop in, check that, come back and pack stuff up, because that was awesome. I mean, I'm probably gonna hang on to most of them, and I don't want to go too in depth because that's not part of this video. That's why. So actually, let's just get orders pulled so I can get out of here. Maybe find another big score. First up is a Sony remote in the Sony remote bag. $16.99, free shipping on that. After that, sold the first of the clear acrylic round cases right here. $8.49, free shipping. I don't know why I always do this. I always shake it at you. Like, I don't know. I notice it when I'm editing. I don't notice it when I'm doing it. Now, forever, I'm going to notice it when I do it. After that, this is going, I don't know where, but somewhere overseas. I listed these not too long ago. 4 aqua blue Tommy Bahama nautical themed plates on B4. Oh, should have just looked. They're right in my face. Right here. Real ugly plates made of, I think melamine is what they call it. It's a plastic type material. But I got $24.99 plus shipping on that. They paid $56 in shipping. So they really wanted those Tommy Bahama plates. This next item, whenever it never fails. Whenever I complain about anything, it just makes it worse. So I packed up a couple videos ago, big glass Dutch oven, and I pulled the wrong one, and now that other one sold, the one I pulled in the first place. So now, at least I know the process, because it was 2 days ago, so that should at least speed it up a little bit. But the ugly one I pulled the other day with the damaged bottom on it, that sold for $19.99 plus shipping. The other one, I think it was $29.99. That one, more worth my time. This one, total waste of time. I shouldn't have bought it. It was too damaged. And like I said before, I'll never buy another one of those. It would literally have to be perfect, don't need to clean it, and free. It would have to be under $1. Because it's a pain in the butt-ski. After that, I took an offer on these. I had sold the coat a couple videos ago. This was the pants that went with it. Men's redhead canvas pants. Vintage, button fly. The coat was a duck hunting coat, so I assume they're duck hunting pants, but they could just be generic canvas pants. I took $20 plus shipping on that. It was definitely a large discount from what I had it listed. I think I had it listed at $29.99. But for the coat and the pants, I paid $3. So I looked at it like, okay, $3 into $62 or $64, something like that. And they don't look like they would take up a lot of space, but because I didn't want to fold them up, and I'm glad to see them gone. They're out of here. I made my money. Goodbye, pants and jacket. They actually sold much faster than I expected. They sold in, I don't know, less than 2 weeks, something like that. Time is weird. But that's going to be all for pulls today. So before I pack up any of this, I actually got the car running right now, warming up. Had to shovel it off again. Now I'm going to run to the Salvation Army real quick, and hopefully, I hope, it'd be awesome, I find some more really valuable Pokemon cards. All right, so I actually have a couple of viewer questions. So they're not, every video. So I'll collect a few if I get them, and then I'll post them all at the same time. First one I got is from a viewer named John Davidson. And John Davidson asks, Drew, You make me believe my wife and I can do this also. First off, that's very nice of you to say. How long have you been doing eBay? I have been an eBay seller for a little over 2 years. I started off very part-time, just something, kind of seeing how I felt and all the ins and outs. Actually, it was going to be my job 2 years ago. I had planned on looking into it and starting out. It's something I wanted to do as they say, a side hustle. As I started doing it, I realized I really liked it. But at the same time, when I started that, I bought a business. It happened to come up and it was a good opportunity at the time. As I was doing the business and the eBay on the side, I realized I really enjoyed selling stuff on eBay. I really did not enjoy the business I had bought. So I would say about a half a year into owning that business, I put it up for sale, and it took about a year and a half for it to sell. And even towards the end, I was very much full-time eBay and trying to have employees and have them run the show, which for anyone that's run a business, that's not easy, and definitely not easy if you're also trying to do a second full-time job, as well as my 2 or 3 other part-time jobs I have. I am a musician, a live acoustic vocal musician. I make music for television. I've always liked to do a lot of things at the same time, which does not lend well to owning your own business or running your own business, which is why eBay is great for me, because I can, if I want to put more time into, if I want to take more gigs, or if I want to book a wedding gig, or if I want to stop and write 4 or 5 cues to send off and hopefully make it onto a television show, I can stop doing eBay a little bit. I can throttle back a little, put more time into those, and then throttle right back up. So it fits into my lifestyle perfect. Now, for anybody that is thinking about starting or wanting to start, your greatest friend, your best friend in the whole world is this. I'm not saying my channel specifically. If you choose my channel, that's great. Absorb. There are many, many channels that give you great info, and you can try to avoid all the hiccups, all the screw ups ahead of time. You see someone like me fail at something or mess something up, and then you don't have to do it. Now, there is a avenue of the YouTube resellers that you do have to be aware for. If anyone offers to sell you a guide or to sell you a course, don't. Now, their information they might be giving might be great. It might be exactly what you need, but you don't need to pay for it. There are many, many channels that it's free. They either enjoy just giving the information out, or they make money off their YouTube channel. So as soon as they go, hey, check out my this, or go buy my that, just pass. I mean, you can watch their channel, just don't buy it. You don't need to. It's a waste. I didn't do it, but a lot of people do, because if a lot of people didn't do that, then people wouldn't try to sell them things. But that's not something you need. Don't do it. Absorb as much as you can. Your biggest hurdle will be shipping. And I don't care how prepared you think you are, how many videos you watch, how many things you read, you're going to mess it up. You need to be prepared that you are going to mess up shipping. And then once you mess it up, then you most likely will not mess up that thing again. Overestimate, that's usually the best way. Overestimate how big you think the box is, how much you think it's going to weigh, how much you think it's going to cost, all the above. Always do calculated shipping when you start, until you start figuring out all the details of shipping. And I'll probably do a video soon, like a beginner's guide type of thing. I think that might be a good idea, but we'll see. But start slow. You don't want to go in, drop a bunch of money on product unless you know what's selling. Diversify. Do not, unless you have a source that you know you're going to get a product that sells all the time, and you can replicate that over and over and over again, you need to diversify. Sell as many different things as you possibly can, because when the market dips in one category, it might be going up in another category. And so whenever sales go low, that's a great time to go, okay, I need to add more things that I don't already have. What don't I sell? Let me diversify. So there's a couple of things when you're first getting started. It's a doable job for anyone, but it's not easy. I think that's a misconception. People think it's easy. It's not. If it's something you enjoy, then it's easy because you like it. I like going to garage sales. I like buying stuff. I like flipping things for a profit. I find that enjoyable, so I like my job and it's something I want to do. But if it's something you decide to dip your toe in, that's the best. Just make an account, walk around your house, pick up a couple things that you don't want, don't need, and sell those, because then it's not costing you anything, just costing your time. After dinner, in the morning when you're getting ready, something like that, tinker around, list a couple things. You only get very few free listings when you first start, so max that out. And then see how that goes, see how it feels, ship a couple things, and get used to it. And then once you feel a little more comfortable, ramp that up. And then when you decide, if you decide to go to full-time or as a job, or you really want to go for it, don't throw all your chips in. You do have to have some type of nest egg. If you're somebody that depends on a weekly, I need this much money every week, it might not work for you, because there are ebbs and flows. No matter how many things you sell, no matter how many items you have, there are ups and downs in how things sell. And those are seasonal to a degree, but sometimes it is what it is. I mean, in any business, there are ebb and flows. So you have to be able to either have extra money on hand. Also, you need money for when something does come up where maybe it's a storage auction or something. You're like, this is a great one, I gotta get it. If you ain't got no money, you can't buy it. So my advice to everyone is do it. Try it. Worst case scenario is you don't like it, you close your store and it's over. But don't just jump in. Just start. Don't think about starting. Start. Make the account. That's step 1. List something. Step 2. Even if you list one thing, it's going to take a while. When I first started my account, I had 20, whatever the max is. I think it's 25 listings. I had 25 listings listed. It was 6 weeks before I sold something. So, it depends on what you have and how much you have and what you're willing to price it at. If you want to just lowball everything, your stuff will sell quickly. People are in it to make money. But when it's just stuff sitting around your house, yeah, that's great. And also there's that first floor you have to get to before you're a full-time seller, or at least before you should consider being a full-time seller. You need 50 customer feedback, 50 positive customer feedbacks, which takes you minimum, I'm going to say 300 things sold, because, it's a percentage of people that leave feedback. That's when you get into the top rated seller, where you start getting discounts on shipping, which that is the key. You need the discounts on shipping, because if not, your price margins are very small. And once you get that discounted shipping as a top rated seller, then the gates are open. Then you can really just go for it. Start slow, start immediately. Just list one thing. Just feel it out. So you feel what it takes to fill out a listing. Just whatever you do, just start. But don't start full throttle. That would be my best advice. And not to go too long-winded on this one question, but like I said, I'll probably make a video where I go in detail all the things you should do when you're first starting. I hope. And again, now that I've said it, I probably am going to have to be held to it. Next question was a friend of mine, Marge. She sent me a personal message. She didn't put it on a post. She asked, she had a iPad and an iPad dock and like a card reader. And she said, would it be best if I sold them all together or if I sold everything individually? And I did a quick search just to kind of see what the pricing was. With everything, every single thing that has multiples in it, the most money you will get is by parting it out. I don't care if it's a Lego set. If you parted out every single piece individually and sold them all individually, you would make more money. Would that be worth it to me in the long run? No. Time consuming, the profits on each individual one, very small, all that kind of stuff. So there's a lot of different factors when you're deciding to sell something, if it's worth as a lot or separate. And what I found just by a quick search was sell the stand and the card reader together, sell the iPad separately. Things like iPad cell phones, I don't sell. There's no way I would ever sell them on eBay. And that's only because electronics is the number one thing that scammers go for on eBay. And what they'll do is they'll either say they didn't get it, didn't work, all the above. So signature confirmation on your mailing is a good way to avoid that, but that costs money. That's $5. The other thing they'll do is they will receive it, They will put their broken one in it and say it didn't work and send it back to you. And so what you need to do is take pictures of when you packed it and serial numbers. This is something I didn't think of for a long time, but serial numbers, if it has a serial number, make sure that's pictured. It doesn't even have to be pictured in the listing. Just have a picture of it on hand. Take a picture when you're packing it, that's so people know you have a proof that it was packed well. Have a picture of the serial number and have those on file. You don't have to put them in the listing, but have them on file just in case. But that's something I just stay out of that arena because then I don't have to worry about it. Vintage electronics I sell a lot of, and it does happen. I've had twice where someone sent me a broken VCR DVD combo that wasn't the one I mailed them, and I knew because of damage in certain spots, or like one had a big scratch on the top that I sold and it came back without the scratch but didn't work. That's pretty obvious. I ended up getting the money back on that one because I sent pictures of the one I got back and got that cleared up. Back to the question, bundling things together, most of the time you're not going to make as much money, but it will sell faster. This is most of the time, not all the time. Sell faster. It's a lot less hassle because it's one listing, it's one pack job, it's quicker profit, it's a bigger lump sum of profit. Right now I have a big set of vintage cookware and I'm tossing back and forth if I'm going to list it all together, and it's a lot. It's like 13, 15 pieces or something like that, heavy duty. So the pack job would be pretty extreme, but I'm throwing back and forth which one I'm going to do. I'll have to look up the number specifically, but that's to get to the crux of the matter, to get to the actual answer to the question. It depends. It depends on how you want to sell stuff. If you only are selling this one thing, then sure, part it out, separate it all out. You only got 3 listings, why not? But if you have 500 items and it's just a lot more hassle and organizing and all that kind of stuff, maybe it's better just one quick listing and then you're ready to go. While packing, that's one of the other tips for when you're first starting out. Anything that's large, the big box you can get for priority is a 13 by 13 by 9. It's not what it's called, but that's what the dimensions end up when you ship it, because they measure inside dimensions, but when you ship, it's outside dimensions. 13 by 13 by 9. Anything beyond that, when you're first starting out, this is something I wish I would have done. Pack it. Before you list it, well, I mean, as you're listing it, pack it up, find the box for it, because when you first start, you're not going to have all the things on hand, all the packing materials, and then you're scrambling after work. Oh, I got to go to Walmart or Costco or whatever and find a box and bubble wrap. You don't want that. Smaller items, whatever. You throw them in an envelope, small box. That stuff's easy. Amazon boxes you have laying around your house. Bigger items is what used to really get me some financial problem where I lose all the profits, like 100%. Like sometimes I lose money because when you get to those bigger items, the difference of a couple inches on a box can jump the price up extreme, especially depending on where you're shipping it to. So anything that's larger, I would say while you're listing it, go ahead and pack it all up, label the box nicely with exactly what's in it so that you don't have to open it back up, and then you'll know exactly how much shipping is going to be. So when you put it in the estimator, it will be accurate. So you can't mess that up. It'll be an impossibility to mess it up. Well, nothing's impossible. I can mess up anything. But I just had the 2 questions. I figured I would take the time to answer those. I answered them on my YouTube channel and through the personal message, but I figured to anyone that didn't see that or is curious about it, because if one person's asking, then I'm guessing more than one person also has that question. But that's going to be all for this one. I hope it was helpful. If it was, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If it wasn't, go ahead and give it a thumbs down. Go ahead and like, subscribe, share, hit the bell icon if you want more videos like this one, and be good to each other.